Three, two, one.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Tapcast. Today we got a pretty cool episode going on for you guys. Today we had to adjust the sound effects too, because
Roman, you're fired already.
yeah, you fucked up on me. It's already a wrap for you.
I just want to change it up for a day.
So today's episode is brought to you by a few sponsors. We got Intense Supplements ran by Jerry Delgado. We'll make sure to make a little clip for him. Jerry's a man. He's always trying to help out any athlete that walks through that door. Even if you're just trying to work out, he'll help you get in shape. Good diet plan. Always helps out with the supplements. Good prices. So go ahead and check out Intense Supplements. Where's the address?
12812 and 122nd Avenue.
Miami, Florida.
Right next to Flex Appeal.
If you don't live in Miami, it's a wrap. You can't go. And we got Flex Appeal Miami. Good gym. Everybody's there to do some hard work. Nobody's there to do anything else, man. Simple.
A lot of good equipment. You know, everything you need for bodybuilding, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA,
Thank you, Technica BJJ, for hosting us. So
you better say
you
thank
get
you,
your
John.
credit, bro. You feel me? Inverted Gear.
Thank you, bro.
Inverted Gear for hooking us up with all the fire shit. We got some really good gear here. So, and your lawyers because of all the bad things you do on the side.
Yeah, our legal advisors.
Not on camera, not on camera.
Jimenez, Hart, and Mezzatelli. Technica's legal advisor. Always representing us anytime we have any trouble. Oh, I like the list here.
Feel me?
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit better every episode.
Man, we left the Glocks today. What happened?
I know, dude. I was just telling you, bro.
Man.
If somebody pulls up on us today, it's over with for us, dude.
No, I
We're
just got to
done.
get to my bag.
Yeah, we got to run all the way across the
Yeah,
room,
it's-
that big-ass room. All right, man. So today we got a pretty special guest. We've had some MMA champs. We've had some wrestling. We've had some jiu-jitsu champions. And today we got a wrestling, I want to say a champ for the year, bro. Ended on a high note. What's going on, Pat? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
No worries, bro. So today we got Pat Lugo, represented Iowa this year.
All
Big
the
Ten
fans.
champ. Midlands champ. Man, D1 champ. What's going on, bro?
Nothing, man. Just hanging out. That's
Yeah,
it.
bro. How's it been since end of the season?
It's been good, man. A little bit of ups and downs here and there, but I can't complain. How the season ended. Everything went to shit after the corona. Got exposed to the world, but just hanging in there, training. Got a little more of a routine going down now, so looking for my next competition. I just had one in Chicago like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, but everything's cool.
And Pat, this is your senior year now?
Yeah, I just graduated. Yeah,
Oh, you just graduated. Congrats, man.
thank you.
Yeah, so for those of you guys that don't know, so obviously when the coronavirus started blowing up, the NCAA canceled all things that were middle of their season, and not just for to postpone it. They canceled it indefinitely, and Pat actually ended as the Big Ten champ right before the national tournament started. So he was the number one bid at the NCAA tournament, and it was pretty. I mean, we'd say heartbreaking at that, but like we talked earlier, you said more motivated for the future then.
Yeah, for sure. When it happened, I was definitely down on myself. Just wanted to be alone type shit. Like, just want to be alone. No one bother me. I won't bother anyone. But you can't stay like that forever. The more you like that, the more weaker you get mentally and physically. So, I had to pick myself up. I got a lot of friends and family that brought myself up. And now I'm like, I think about it now. It's more like anger, like you said, kind of like motivating me. It's no sadness, none of that. It's just more anger now. I'm like antsy to get out there. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get to wrestle at nationals, so I'm pissed off. You know what I mean? So that's what I bring into when I wake up every day, I go train. I'm pissed off. You know what I mean? So I'm not pissed off at a certain person. It's just like the situation that happened. I'm just pissed off. That's just the way I've
So it's
been
your
living.
fuel. You're using it like your fuel to keep you
Mhm.
going, motivate you.
Basically. So, yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like I said, you can't dwell on moments like this forever. So, it is what it is. The sun's going to rise the next day. So, pretty much.
Yeah, so you went from, but let's not say you went to nationals. This guy was an All-American the year before, and wrestled for Edinburgh. Did good in nationals as well there. Wrestling for Iowa, representing that big program in wrestling. How does that feel? Because obviously you made your switch, in the middle of your college career, and you redshirted 1 year, right, to get the experience under there and work with the room.
Yeah, I redshirted I've been in Iowa for 3 years. My first year I was there, I redshirted behind Brandon Sorensen. Second year, I got a 149 spot, All-American. My third year was this past year. But it's definitely a great feeling to wrestle for Iowa. Tom and Terry Brands, those guys are legends. If you know, history of wrestling, those guys are, they've been to Worlds, they've been to the Olympics. So they're gonna lead me to the promised land. You know, so that's as soon as you buy into that program, you know, you fall in love with it. You know, the skies. There's no limit. You know what I mean, there's no limit to what you can do or what anyone says you can do. You know, it's all up to you. And it's awesome feeling, man. Tom and Terry, man, those guys are intense, man. Like they're like live and die and breathe wrestling. So and then when they're not in the wrestling room, cool, normal guys. You know, they love to joke around. You know, like hide and go seek type stuff. You know, like
What's
real all fun and games.
I always wonder at the highest levels where you guys compete at, what's a normal day of like training for you? Or let's take us through like a week of training when you're in of course in season, you know.
So basically, we have our lifting schedule is in the morning right before class. Everyone's different depending on your class. So coaches look at your class schedule and then we work around that. So my class I had like late classes. I don't like waking up early. So like I had late classes, so I'll go and work out in the morning and lift or drill or just slight recovery. You know, basically on your own. At like 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Get breakfast, go to a couple of classes, take a nap, go to wrestling practice. Everyone at wrestling practice at 3. And then, we go through that, about an hour and a half of practice, 2 hours, do your extra at the end, and then, back to recovery. You recovering, getting your water in, getting your fuel in, go to sleep early. And then basically pretty much every day.
You guys train 7 days a week usually, or how does that work?
Not really. It's pretty much like 6 days. But yeah, some days we go in 7 days a week, but it's on your own. It's volunteer workouts. Like
Yeah, of course. But you know that when you put in those little volunteer workouts, that's what separates you from the pack.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We'll have like days off. The days off that we have on paper, we'll have those volunteer workouts. We'll be running sprints, but like nothing like to beat on your body, but just to like, it's more like getting your body. What are you gonna do today to make your body feel good for tomorrow? That's basically what
Sure.
That's
And
how,
at like a program like Iowa, what like percentage of the team like took part in those extra workouts?
Oh, it's everyone. Everyone on the team goes. So like, if you don't go, the team captain will be like, "Yo, what you doing, man?" Like, you know what I mean. So it's everyone. No one's forcing anyone to be there, but everyone wants to be at the top. Everyone wants to be in the lineup. Everyone wants to be on the top of the podium. So what you have to do to get there. You gotta show up to practice, and not just show up. You gotta show up and show up. So you gotta work hard.
Show up physically, mentally.
For you guys that don't know, like in college, I mean, at least it was for me, and that I've seen in when I went to college there. I'm pretty sure Iowa and a couple big schools do it. They literally put their wrestle offs online. You know what I'm saying? So like that's already a match in itself, because like these guys are all in the same. These guys, I mean, especially at a program like Iowa, everybody in the room was the guy in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nobody in that room that wasn't nasty, that wasn't a guy. You know what I mean? And then, not just Iowa, all the big name schools. So like they literally publicly put a wrestle off as a match just to be like, yo, you got to earn your spot on this team, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, did you go through that in Iowa?
Yeah, for sure. The guys behind me, good guys, tough guys. If they would have been on any other team, they would probably start it. But yeah, those guys, it was intense. I had to it wasn't just like a high school wrestle off. I got to wake up for this wrestle off. I might not get the spot. Nothing's guaranteed. So,
Pat, how many guys would you have, say, like in your same weight class that were trying to fight for your spot?
like realistically, like two in every weight class, besides yourself that can get the number one spot, that can be All American, that can be a contender, for the number one spot. So the room is packed, it's filled up. If you have a bad day or they're gonna take advantage on it. So you gotta wake up every day. You gotta be on your P's and Q's basically.
How do you stay sharp like that mentally? What keeps you motivated?
I mean, it's different for everyone, but for me, like, what motivates me for wrestling, like I said, is like past motivates me. Like, if it was a person or event, like I said, like maybe like something like the coronavirus that motivate me, it does, or maybe like a friend that backstabbed me, it did, stuff like that. I feel like those people want to see me do bad, and maybe they don't, but I just put those situations in my head, so like that's how I think that's what motivates me, like doubt from other people. Like they don't want to see me do good,
Keyword is self-motivation, bro. Keep
sure.
yourself fueled constantly.
And it's different for everyone, that might work for me, but not my work, and like won't work for the other guy, So the other guy might think of, I eat, if I win this match, I get to have a cookie, that's his motivation, So it's different for everyone. You know, everyone got their little switch in their head, their little fix.
Oh, but that's interesting, like thinking from that perspective of, because sometimes I understand, I could see that point, where, you come back, you got like a little chip on your shoulder because of somebody's doubting, or you feel like maybe you're not getting the respect you deserve or whatever, but it's not always there for me, like sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, I find it, I for me it's like different, I sometimes it's that, sometimes it's like the drive to just improve. Sometimes, so it's different, it's not always, I don't always, I can't always find that. I wish I could, because when I see that when I'm training like that, I train so much more focused when I feel like I'm being doubted, but I can't always be like that, I don't know why.
You're just getting old, man.
I'm turning into a bitch.
Right? Nah, but I mean, man, you just gotta like, maybe it might work one day and then the next day you might switch it up, So like I said, it's different for everyone. There's not no. Remember one time Tom Brands told me something one time. It's like there's no right way to win a wrestling match, or everyone's different. It's like a video game. You pick your fighter. Everyone has different strength, different speed. You pick the one that best fits you. If this guy might be strong, that's why he won. This guy might be quick, that's my like why he won. So everyone's different. There's no like right recipe. It's what you can do.
It's interesting, and I would imagine that like wrestling at a place like Iowa, one of the main driving factors would be that you have to wrestle a carver. So tell us a little bit about what it's like wrestling in front of like what's known as the most intense wrestling like fan base in the country.
And it's crazy, man. Like I get goosebumps thinking about it now. So like my first year there, like I said, I redshirted. It's hard to practice walking out the carver, and I actually did that. So I after practice, I was one of those guys who like leave practice, a little bit like one of the last ones to leave, just because like I was slow in the locker room, like shower and stuff, whatever. So I walk downstairs, and I literally live like 2 or 3 minutes away from Carver. So I walked to home from Carver every day, and I would walk the route I would take for like do meets. I just close my eyes, I maybe put my walkout song on my phone and act like I'm walking out to like a wrestling match. I'm just practicing that feeling. I now close my eyes and picture the arena filled with fans. Picture everyone screaming my name. So like when that moment did come, I've been there thousands of times. So why am I nervous? When I was practicing, I was nervous. Of course, but then eventually those nerves go away. So yeah, I just did that like for every day after practice. I'll do that, and I'll go home and I'll talk to myself in the mirror, look myself dead in the eyes, and I didn't leave the mirror until like I believed what I was telling myself. If it took 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that's the stuff what I did. And I think stuff like that, I didn't do that to like my senior year of college, like all that stuff I just talked about. And I think that's what really made me switch mentally, because I always train hard physically, I feel like, but mentally, I feel like wrestling is 90% mental. The rest comes physical, and once you get that mental side down, you can do whatever you want.
Well, in regards to competing at Carver, so like I was just about to talk about, when we talked a little about it earlier, I wanted you to walk us through when you pinned Boo and at Iowa, bro. I mean, that's like, I just saw that match today. Like, you don't understand. Like, one, it was like crazy already how he got the pin, and then two, it's just where he did it. His family was there. So like, walk us through a little bit, man. I mean, that's got to be kind of crazy doing that, and like how the crowd reacted to you.
Yeah, I mean, so that match, that was like my first pin in Carver. So that was like the first feeling. Like, that's the first feeling I felt. So it was crazy. It started off slow. The match started off slow, but when I got to my ties, I got to where I wanted to be. I ended up putting him on his back, and I pinned him. And I remember like him being on his back, and I'm like, damn, I'm about to pin this motherfucker. Like, I'm about to do this for real. So like when I actually did it, I didn't know how to react to it, because I never been in that situation. So I just kind of let my personality show a little bit. I looked at Tom. He gave me a little signal. I gave it to him back. I looked at the crowd. I just wanted to see the crowd. A lot of people don't look at the crowd. A lot of wrestlers don't look at the crowd because they think they're going to get nervous. I wanted to see the whole crowd.
How many people were there, you think?
Shit, it was like 16,000 people at least, like 15, something like that. It was crazy. So I wanted to look at all that because I knew this is my last year. I'm not going to be able to see this no more. So I was looking at the crowd, just emotions pouring out. You don't even hear yourself, like, walk. You can't even hear yourself think, stuff like that. So it was definitely an awesome feeling. Family being there was awesome.
I got to ask you, though, bro, because one thing I noticed at the end of that video, you pushed everybody out the way and you ran. Where were you going, bro?
Man, I was just so hyped, man. I was just so hyped. And I was like, man, when I think about it now, I wish I would have like calmed down a little bit to take the moment in more. You know, I kind of like rushed myself out of there a little bit. I wanted to like grab my like the camera or Sports Center, like I wanted to grab the camera and like mess with the camera, but I didn't. So I started pushing everyone out the way. And I was like, I don't know why I was mad. But I was mad. I was mad because I had to go do my extra stuff. So like I had to go run my sprints. You know, I was running to go do my sprints like after, because after every match, you know, we got like a little workout after. So
after each match, you guys have to do some sprints.
do sprints, push-ups, burpees, whatever our coach tells us to do, we do it. So that was as soon as I pinned him, I'm like, I gotta go do my sprints. Let's go do my sprints, you know. So like that's what my mind.
Was this like a
mindset
finals
was.
match, or was this within the bracket?
It was just a do meet match.
Oh,
So it was just a match during the season. It was right before Big Tens actually. So
Okay, cool.
but it was an awesome feeling, man. Shit.
So another match I wanted to talk about was Sammy Sasso. So
Yeah.
that was the Big Ten finals. Walk me a little bit through that match, because again, I also watched that before we started talking today. And
Walk us a little bit through that match, but also tell us why that match was important.
Big Ten finals.
Yeah. So
Besides
yeah.
being just getting that revenge.
I feel you. One of the sweetest joys in life is revenge. You know what I mean? So definitely, I lost him in Carver. Actually, I lost him in Carver in front of my family, in front of my mom and dad and stuff like that. And I take that shit personal a little bit. I don't know about y'all guys, but I do. So I mean, I take that shit personal. So like, I was kind of like mad about it, you know. And I kind of like put these images in my head that he would like be talking about me, even though if he wasn't, I'll still do it, you know, just to motivate myself. You know, I'll picture him talking crap to me and my family, and I feel like that will make me wake up a little bit. You know, like every time I lose, like I feel like my mom like get a little bit down. You know, she starts crying and stuff. You know, because she's my mom. You know, and you know, you're not gonna make my mom cry. You know what I mean? Like fuck that. So like that's how I was thinking. Like, you know, it might sound it's funny. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but like
No, it's funny. Because the only reason I smile
creating
is because
fuel.
I heard something recently before a competition, and it resonated with me. Somebody said it's better his mom cry than my mom
for
cry.
sure, man. I mean, shit. Like
It's just
it's
true.
a doggy
I'd rather
dog
his mama
world.
be crying than my mom.
Yeah, my mom ain't crying, man. Your mom crying. but that's the type of stuff I put in my head, even though if it wasn't true, you know. And he might be a cool dude. I never really had a conversation with him, but that's just the way I was feeling. That's what I was thinking. And
There was a lot of intensity in that match.
Yeah,
I saw it.
for sure. I mean, yeah. I kind of like, I went in there. I told myself like, man, I'm not gonna lose this match. I don't care what happens. I'm not gonna lose. And if it's more, it turns into more of a fight than a wrestling match. So like, I know he ain't grew up like I grew up, so I know he can't really, whatever.
That's why wrestlers do so good
For
in MMA, man.
Yeah, man. The
Is
guys are
that
fucking
mentality is
grit, bro.
You know, I've never fucking been that mentally tough. I go into fights, I'm like, I hope I win.
Yeah, this guy. Hey, listen, this guy finishes pinning a guy, and he's running because he's like, I gotta go do my sprints.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope I get my
Fucking bitching,
grips.
bro.
I hope I could sweep this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought like that until this past year. Like I said, the senior year. I mean, it's been there a little bit, but not like this year. And I feel like I really made the switch mentally this year. For
Yeah,
sure.
but you've always been really hardworking. I remember Pat and I went to different high schools when we were in high school, but every once in a while, so the program I wrestled for wasn't that great when I was at Ferguson. At the time, it wasn't that good. And I went to a couple South Aid practices, and I would see how hardworking Pat was in the room. Like, practice would finish, and Pat would be in the corner doing push-ups.
No, I remember
you've always been like that.
No, yeah, I remember Pat was always one of the best. He was the best guy in the weight class. And I remember one of the things Matthew was telling me about when he went to practice. You know, when everyone was running the track, you know who's on that last lane? It was Pat. You know, who's doing that little extra bit more? It was him.
Hey, you got something to say to Pat, don't you? Didn't you got something to say to Pat, bro? Didn't you want to talk your shit now, bro? That boy's here, dog. Let's go. Let's go, bro. You didn't want to talk a challenge, huh?
He said he got a better single.
That boy said, what?
Boy, say he want to put a gi on this
Yeah,
time.
bro.
Wait, Roman, you're
Yeah,
gonna
he
ask
said
him
he's
to
gonna put a gi on.
Hey, bro.
I feel more comfortable in the gi.
Shit.
I don't think that would work.
You
And
might,
Pat-
I feel a little more comfortable.
you might be better just choking yourself out. Bro.
Wait, I want to ask Pat. So, like, now that we're getting into this talk, like, so what are you thinking about as far as the future? You know, after wrestling, you know, are you thinking about getting into like MMA or submission grappling?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought about that. It'll be if I do anything after, it'll be after wrestling. So it'll be after I'm done wrestling. I'll probably be like, I don't know. I'm gonna go for this Olympics for sure. But then the next Olympics, I don't know about that. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I thought about MMA. You know, I had a couple guys, American Top Team, talk to me here and there. But yeah, it's definitely a possibility. And like last year, if you would ask me that question, I would have said, nah, MMA, I'm good with it. But like this year, I'm starting to like lean into it a little more. So maybe next year I might be like full on. I don't really like to plan my life out like too far ahead, anyways. Mainly just by maybe a couple years, I know what I'm gonna do, and once I get that done, then I'll figure what's next.
So, all right. So you're saying there's a possibility in MMA. So what? Right now, just freestyle wrestling as much as you can.
Yeah, basically freestyle wrestling. Yeah, so World Olympic title. That's my goal.
Is that so? So how does that work? From college.
Gotta go to qualify.
This was your last season collegiate, right? Your last collegiate season. So now it's freestyle wrestling, and how do you enter into the professional circuit or
the Olympics level
or the Olympic level?
Yeah, so basically, I'm with the same team. I'm with the same coaches, same everything. I just joined the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. That's where I'm in now, and they support me financially with whatever it's. I gotta find my own sponsors though. So they're supporting me financially for like flights and tournament entry fee, all that stuff. So
Housing
a little bit, but yeah, it's enough to get me by. So that's better, more than I can ask for sure. But yeah, so like nationals. If I would have won nationals, they would have had nationals this year, and I would have won that. I would have been qualified to go to the trials, to go to the world team trials. But since that didn't happen, they're having it's called Senior Nationals. It's probably like 2 months away from now, maybe a little more. It's in Iowa City actually. It's Iowa City, and that's gonna be, if you win that tournament, then you get or if you place top 3 or something like that. I don't even know. Then you get a ticket to go to the qualifying world team trials. Then you gotta win the trials to be on the world team. There's a bunch of steps here and there, but I mean, yeah, it's good though.
Who's the top dude? Sorry, who's the top dudes in the?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask.
All right. So I'm like, so the wrestling is different. It's not pounds. It's kilograms. So I can go for the world team for the Olympics this year. It's either 65 kilograms or 74 kilograms, and I'm like right in between. So I either gotta like bump up to like guys coming down.
So what's that in weight?
65 kilograms is like 143.
So where do you like stay at?
Like 165.
Okay.
So I eat it, and 74 kilograms is like
170, 185,
yeah, 180.
Yeah. No, it's lower. It's like 170 something.
Yeah,
Right?
160 something. Like that.
Something like that. I don't even know. Well, whatever.
Fuck kilograms, bro.
Fuck
We on pounds
kilograms,
here, bro.
exactly.
Fuck the metric system.
Right.
The
Anyway,
Tapcast is fucking does not condone.
It's
Fuck the
163
metric
pounds.
system.
Talk to me in pounds, dog. That's what I grew up on.
74 is 163 pounds.
There you go.
There you
Okay.
go, my dog, bro.
Well, yeah, 100 and what?
163.
Yeah, that's what I walk around at. You know what I mean? Some guys are gonna be coming down. I'm gonna be
Okay, so yeah, you want to cut more.
exactly, but that's a big jump.
So
To
142.
143 and a half. And I just wrestled 149 in college. So 7-pound difference, and you have to weigh the same thing the next day. So you wrestle the same day you weigh in, basically, and then the next day, I think you get like a couple kilos. I don't know, but that's the goal. And not going 65 kilograms. And the top dog right there is Yanni Makahalis from Cornell.
Oh yeah.
He's a real deal, 2-time national
Real funky
champ.
dude.
Yeah, little funky dude, weird elbows, but he's a cool dude. I mean, I heard from other people that he's a cool dude, so I respect to him. But yeah, I mean, he's in the ring right now, so gotta take him out, basically.
So you're gonna stay at that 70, was it 74 kilos?
65.
Oh, 65 kilos. So
65
that's where you're gonna try to stay at.
Mhm.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna bulk up a little bit and then try to cut down a little, because you say you're right at the weight.
No,
You're
60,
160,
65 is 41, 43, right?
143. So you gotta
143.
cut.
No, he's
I'm
right
cut.
at the
Oh, but
weight
he-
if
but-
it was a 74.
But he was saying that he doesn't. You're saying you don't want to make that one.
No, he's saying it's a tough jump.
It's
He
a
doesn't
tough
know
jump.
yet.
Oh,
I'm
you're-
gonna,
oh, then
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
do
do
it.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I thought you said you wanna do it.
That's for the Olympics only.
Yeah.
Olympics, there's less weight class than Worlds. Worlds is more weight classes. So for the Worlds, I'll go 70 kilograms instead of 65. 70 kilograms is like 154, 155, something like that, and that's like a good 10 pounds for me. That's what I want. That's good.
That's
10
perfect.
pounds ain't much. But yeah, so like Worlds, I'll be a little more comfortable, cutting that weight. But it'll be good.
Shit, you got the 155-pound weight class in MMA, cuz. What's up?
Yeah, I thought about that too, man. Yeah, I mean,
And they got 45 too.
yeah, I mean, 45. See, 45 would be good because it's day before weigh-ins too.
And you got to hydrate again, so you'll walk around back at 155.
Exactly the next day. But this shit, you gotta weigh in the same day you wrestle. So.
And then weigh the same the next time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think what up in college is what, like a 1 pound, 2 pound allowance?
Yeah, 1 pound for the next day.
That's what develops that mental grip, bro. Let me tell you, dog. Like when you got to deal with weight cuts like that, where it's like you could cut the weight, chill. You got to weigh in 1 pound only over, bro. You can't eat shit after that, bro.
And I remember at nationals last year, I was 7 pounds overweight after each day. So like I had to weigh 149 first day, and then I had to weigh 150 the next day. But it was like I just got done wrestling like 2 matches, right? And the coaches, they want you, they feed you. It's like you ain't holding your weight. So they give you water bottles, they give you bananas, they give you sandwiches, they make you eat. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, I feel big.
Work out again.
So after I wrestled, I had to cut 7 pounds. It was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, fuck. I did that for the first day, and then I had to do it for the second day. So 7 pounds here and then 7 pounds there. But I remember like being like working out. And I'm just like, damn, like you start like hallucinating a little bit. Like you start like talking crazy and thinking crazy. And you started saying funny stuff. And I remember someone took a video of me. I don't forget who has it. I was just like talking shit. Cause like I was cutting weight in the hotel, and I had my clothes on and stuff. And I'm like cutting weight, and it all comes off pretty easy, but you still got to work for it because it's all basically water weight. But yeah, it's funny. You can just see that video. I'm just me talking shit. So
Just mad as fuck at life.
just mad at life, And then I actually talked to one of my teammates about it, Caleb Young. He's a 157 pounder, and I'm like, we started talking about the science behind it. Like, why did people like think that way and act that way? And he's like, I don't know, man. And then he said, if you were normal people would just start crying in that situation, just start like wanting to give up. But like, I guess tougher people just find a different way to like deal with their surroundings,
What you said, right? From where you're from, that's how it is, bro.
That's how it is, man. Shit. For real, yeah.
And before you go out to a match, are you more like as far as mental preparation right before going into a match, like your mindset? Are you more like getting like amped up, trying to psych yourself up, or do you have to like calm yourself down? Like, do you listen to like music? Like, what's your like ritual before you go out to a match? I'm always interested in that.
Yeah, so if it's the day of, I want to be relaxed. You know what I mean? I want to be relaxed. But if it's a couple days before, I'm talking shit. You know what I mean? I'm talking shit. I'm listening to hype music. I'm just screaming out random things. Here and there.
Top 3 artists.
Yeah, top 3 artists: Drake, Kodak, and
You was gonna say Kodak.
I don't know. Third one might be like, I don't know. Those are 2 main guys.
Drake and Kodak, bro.
Drake and Kodak,
right,
whatever, top 2. But yeah. So I listen to calm music right before my match. I listen to calm music, try to lower my heart rate down. Just be in my own zone, my own lane. Just relax. Cause then if I start getting hyped up, then my heart starts beating, and my anxiety starts building up, and then when I go out there, I'm like antsy. I'm like antsy, and then if I take a shot and I don't get it, I get tired quick.
Yeah, you get like
you get
stiff.
tired quick. You're like, then you start thinking, and your mind fucks with you. And then, if you relax and calm and you take that shot and you don't get the shot, that's fine. Get the next one. You know what I mean? Get the next one. Or if you go out there and you get taken down, that's fine. Just get an escape and get out. If you're more relaxed, if I feel like I'm more relaxed, I'm breathing. Everything's moving a little slower.
What kind of music?
I can listen to some hype music and be relaxed at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
So that's probably what I do.
You got that,
you got that Kodak Heartbreak
I got
album on.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. You got the Kodak Heartbreak album on.
Yeah,
bro.
I know. For me, I have like a playlist of songs that I know are gonna get me hype, and then there's other songs that they don't have to be necessarily slow, but they're not gonna get me as high. Like I know there's a good like 5-6 songs, and those songs are gonna get
passion
me
for
going.
before his match.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I probably listen to like Tunnel Vision. That was like my walkout song this year, Carver. So that'd be just thinking about it, just shit that motivate me, and yeah, just being relaxed, being calm and cool.
Yeah, for me, I gotta get myself a little bit more hype because I feel like I get those same nerves and like the anxiety too. It starts to build up, and then I feel like I have the urge to move. Like it makes me want to like move.
Then you
So
get tired.
No, but I don't know why it doesn't. you're probably right. I probably do end up being more tired at the beginning of the match, but at the time, at the moment, it makes me feel better, and I feel like it helps me perform better in the match if I'm not going into the match so nervous. It helps me. For me, it helps me relieve tension. You know, when I'm
Cathartic.
feeling like, huh?
It's cathartic.
I seen
What the
guys
fuck that
smack their
means,
head on the
bro.
fucking
Yeah.
wall.
Fucking
That's how they
SAT,
get
bro.
hyped,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. I
Learn it.
mean,
I know you seen that shit in college too, bro. People just get crazy.
I mean,
before
yeah,
a
you know,
match,
Austin DeSanto.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
Oh,
shit,
man.
yeah, he's crazy, man.
He's crazy. Simple as that.
I mean, it's not really crazy. It's just like he just loves. Nah, he just hates to lose. That's what it is. He loves to win, but he really, really hates to lose. So like, people ask me like, is he really like that? Like, is that for show? Is that for fake? And he's really like that. Like, once he steps in that wrestling room, he's a different person, different personality, different. You know, but once he gets out of that wrestling room, man, he's chill, relaxed, calm. You know, you wouldn't think he's even a wrestler. I mean, he's just relaxed and chill. So, I mean, it's just like I said, it's different for everyone. You know, so.
So we talked a little about it earlier. I want to jump back to it though. So like like moving from Edinburgh, and then I read a little bit too on it. You got kind of close with Tom Branson. I noticed you guys always do a little finger thing too.
Like a
That's
little handshake like this.
Yeah. So like, how was that switch? And like, you said once you buy into that lifestyle that they give and that energy, it kind of like takes over. And like you said, your sky's your limit. So how much did that really change your wrestling and like the way you looked at wrestling when you entered that room? Because I mean, dude, the Brand Brothers are like the highest of level of wrestling legends. You know, they make documentaries on these guys, bro. These guys are savages. Not just on the wrestling, just the mindset. Like you listen to the words and you're like, damn, these motherfuckers, they want to win, bro. They're not about nothing else but winning. Losing is not an option for these guys, bro.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Everything you said is completely true. But when I was at Edinburgh, it's different. Like, not to take a shot at Edinburgh. Edinburgh was a good program, but yeah, it was different, man. The intensity was different. The training was different. Coaches were different. Teammates were different. Everything was different. But once I got to Edinburgh, like, you walk in that room and you just feel like you feel the history. You know what I mean? You feel the history. And
Iowa, you mean?
yeah, I was room. You feel the history. You look at the wall. You see pictures of names, this and that. And then, there's a TV.
You want to get on that wall.
Yeah, you want to be on the wall for sure. You just picturing your name on that wall. And there's a TV there playing old highlights of, like, old legends, Randy Lewis.
Middle of practice?
Not a practice, like in the locker room or, like,
okay.
some stuff like that. But, like, during practice, man, intensity is high. We have a short, hard practice. Terry runs practice. And before every practice, Terry talks to us. If sometimes it might be 30 minutes, it might be 45 minutes, or it might be like 2 minutes. But whatever he says, man, everyone's eyes are open. Everyone's listening to him. The whole room's quiet, and he'll talk to us about, like, motivation, and it just gets everyone, like, you want to, like, go fight for this guy. You might not even know him, but if you hear him talk, hear him speak, and he'll make you want to run through a wall. And then once the coaches show you that love, that they'll do anything for you to win. And I feel like it's easy for me to go out there and go fight for them, So, like, it's just like family, If your brother's fighting, you're gonna go fight with him.
How much do you talk to these guys on a regular basis?
Tom and Terry. I mean, when I'm in Iowa City, I see him almost every other day.
Every day, of course.
Yeah, but, like, when I'm here now, they shoot me a text.
Checking up and stuff like that.
Yeah, how you doing? This and that. But you get the love's there for sure. So,
Yeah. No, imagine you're putting your body on the line for these guys and you're representing the most you can. So,
Yeah.
So like, again, running and working under these guys, would you say your wrestling transformed under them, or more your mindset changed more than anything?
I want to say both, but more my mindset for sure. Wrestling, I got a little better in certain positions, but my mindset definitely took the extra step that it needed to be.
Is there any way for it? It's something that it can't be. It's not easy to do sometimes. But can you put into words, like, what is the difference in the mindset? I know it's hard to describe that, but
I mean, what's the difference? Sure, yeah, you say it's hard to describe, but, like, I don't know, man. It's just like, I feel like it's different for everyone. I mean, I feel like when it's not your time to win, is either for, like, two reasons. I just feel like if you didn't fully commit yourself, like, to whatever you're winning, or it's just not your time yet. Those two reasons. But, like, Tom and Terry, they make you think, like, now, like, this is your time now. You know what I mean? We're not training for the future. We're training for now. And, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like you said, it's like you just gotta be in that room. You gotta hear him talk. You gotta be next to him. You gotta let them grab you. You know what I mean? So, like, it's but it definitely didn't happen overnight. You know, when I was like a little bit down on my mindset, you know, I'll go to my room and I'll just write down stuff to like until I believe what I was writing down. Like I said, if it was a national champ, I'll write it down. I had a little notebook. I write it down. Boom. And if it wasn't clicking in my head, I'll keep writing it until it click. You know, and I'll do it almost every other night until it click. Sometimes I write it once. Sometimes I write it like 20, 50 times. So it's different. You know, some days you might be, you know, stronger, and some days you might be a little weaker. But it's all in the head. It's crazy.
So let's take it back a little bit to where this shit started, dog. Out of Dade, bro. So you're a real Dade hitter right now, bro. I know your name's popping down here too. So you're still staying up in Iowa a lot, though?
Yeah, I'm living there for like 3-4 years.
Okay. So regardless of the fact, though, you started out here, man. You started down in the stead, right?
Yeah, Homestead.
So talk to me a little bit, man. So how was you coming into wrestling, and how'd you get into it? What motivated you to keep it going? Because, I mean, bro, you're talking about, at least from what I understand, bro, wrestling since diapers, bro.
Yeah, I started when I was 4, bro. So it's been a minute, man. I just turned 23 in June, so it's been a minute. But when I started when I was 4, my dad brought me into it. He used to wrestle in high school, so yeah, he brought me into it. He brought me and my brothers into it, and I mean, I didn't really like fall in love with wrestling until like I was a sophomore in high school, bro. To be honest, like I know it sounds crazy. I was 4 years old when I started. I like wrestling. I like doing it, but like I didn't really see myself wrestling in college. You know, I didn't really see myself, you know, in the Olympics or Worlds until I was like a sophomore. I really started believing. You know, I really started like, and like what made me switch high school. I feel like it was just maybe some losses I took. You know, like that I shouldn't have lost to. I feel like I was better than some guys. But yeah, those hit me, and you know, I started changing. I started changing what I was doing. You know, I started changing how I was eating, how I was living, who I was hanging out with, what time I went to sleep, and I started training harder. You know, so like when I like went to Fargo one year, and I kind of went in there to throw my hat in the ring. You know, to see where I was at with the best guys in the country, and I ended up getting like 2nd and 4th. So and I was like, damn, what if I really started training? You know, what if I really put energy into the shit?
You just made everybody feel like shit, bro. He just said, I took 2nd and 4th, bro. But I took it serious the next year.
So for those of you who don't know, Fargo's one of the biggest wrestling tournaments in the country. It's a huge bracket.
Yeah, when you win, you get a scroll.
And they have 2 tournaments. You can do Greco-Roman wrestling, you can do freestyle wrestling. Right now, he just said he took 2nd and 4th.
Yeah,
so you guys can feel like shit about yourselves.
Exactly.
But,
so,
It's like gi and no gi.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
exactly.
Imagine showing up to like the biggest both at Worlds or something. And
yeah,
then, like,
IBJJF and ADCC.
yeah, and then you basically like placed at both like it's nothing, bro. Like that's literally what it was.
I
And you weren't training hard, by the way, dog.
shit.
You weren't training hard.
But I want to ask you, what would you say if I went back in high school was some of your biggest accomplishments? Because I remember one of the things that you remembered for was in all of Florida, no one was able to take you down.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of my goals. I think it's my junior and senior. I think it's taken down. That was one of my goals for sure. I even had like a goal to not get taken down in practice, and that shit ended like in a week. So, but I mean, like 2-time state champ was cool. I never actually won a national title like in high school. So like, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been in the national finals 3 times, but like I didn't win it. I never won it once. All-American like 7 times in high school, but I mean, there's goals, you know, there's good goals, but like you didn't really do anything, you know. That's what I was telling myself. So, like you didn't really win shit. What did you win? Two state titles in Florida. Congrats. You know what I mean? What is that? You know what I mean? I mean, like Pennsylvania state titles are way different from Florida state titles. Ohio state titles are way different from Florida state titles. And I'm not taking a shot at Florida. You know, Florida, we need to step it up a little bit, but Pennsylvania, everyone knows Pennsylvania's the best state in the country for wrestling. That's a no-brainer. But
What's that high school? Was it Bethlehem? There's another high school that's always in the top 2 or
Blair?
3. Is it Bethlehem? Is that what it was?
Where?
Bethlehem
In
Catholic
Pennsylvania?
is in New Jersey.
Oh, there's somebody else. There's somebody else in Pennsylvania though.
Blair, I think.
Was it Blair?
No, Blair's in Jersey, right?
Franklin Regional is where like all those young guns guys come
And there's
from.
somebody else in Penn, bro, that I remember was nasty too, dude. Whatever.
But yeah, Pennsylvania is definitely #1 state for
I
high
think you're
school.
thinking of like the school that like Jordan used to coach at.
Think so, bro.
The Falcon one.
Fuck it. I don't even care.
Where
anymore.
David Taylor went,
Parents
bro.
St. Graham.
Yeah.
That's Ohio. That's
Is it?
Ohio. Paris St. Graham. Yeah. Alex Marinelli, 165-pounder went there.
Ohio too. The other thing is that in Iowa, you it's a room of legends, right? So you guys have alumni come by and beat the fuck out of everybody, or you beat the fuck out of them, however it works.
Alumni is not really. I mean, we had a couple guys here and there, but they don't really get on the mat. Like mostly like with the older guys come by, and they're like too old to get on the mat already. So,
Yeah.
but
They still be talking shit though. I
a
would
little
take you
bit.
down back in the day, huh?
Probably, yeah. But it's more like there's not really a lot of shit talking, and I would like with amongst our teammates and stuff like that. I'll throw stuff here and there. It's like, you know, like
That's a slight 305 and you
Yeah,
just trying to
yeah,
talk your shit.
I'll text. So like you have to you have one partner for the whole day, like who you rest, and I'll text like one of my teammates, hey man, let's go today. Like let's be partners today. He's like, okay, and I like text him like, and you better start saying your prayers, man. I'm gonna whoop your ass and stuff like that. Start saying your 10 Hail Marys.
And team competition
stuff
is
like
always
that.
good. Man.
Yeah, for sure. So that's, I mean, it's always good, like you said. Yeah.
But that's just motivation, and you know.
Yeah.
That's
On
just
the
some.
mat.
some
That's
some
that's
friendly
John
shit.
sending everyone photos of crabs.
What?
That's
What
John.
the fuck?
Whoa, bro, Roman, you got crabs?
I was about
dog?
to say that's
Fuck.
like you texting Matias, like, "Hey man, I'm gonna get you today in training," but you said something about crabs.
So you texting Pat, I'm gonna take you down today when you come visit us today, bro.
Yeah.
I
What's up
said
with
no
that,
such
Roman?
thing.
He DM'd me that actually. I'll show you that.
Hold on a second. Can we pause for a second and let Roman please explain what you just said?
Yeah, bro. I kind of want to
Rewind,
send the
rewind.
crab
What the
thing,
fuck
bro.
did you say about crabs?
That John sends from.
Who's John?
Yeah, I didn't even know we had a John in this team, dude.
Who's John, bro?
Yeah, where's John?
John
Yo,
Avila?
Who's he
You're
talking
gonna
We're
hurt
about?
talking
John's
about
feelings.
Avila.
No, but we don't
Yeah,
talk. We don't
Avila.
call John.
Yeah,
bro.
but we don't just say John. Like John, it's
You
just
guys
a
call
random
John.
name.
I call John.
Like,
call
I know
John
like
John?
40 Johns.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I don't even know one, but besides John.
Nah, I don't know that many Johns.
There we go. The only John you guys are probably thinking.
All right,
of.
but he sends pictures of crabs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man.
To you?
Cool. I
Dang.
guess
Yeah,
that
that's what y'all
explains
do on
it.
your free time,
Hey, baby,
bro.
that's just for you.
I got the reference. I got it.
Yeah, now we're good. We understand that they send crabs to each other on a regular basis. It's some shit, you
Cool.
know.
Shout out to John.
One thing that
Send us some crab
crabs.
pictures.
Yeah, John, I haven't
And
got
any other
crab
crustaceans. Send me some lobster pictures too.
pictures. Yeah.
One thing that I want to say that we all take pride of, at least, is being from Florida. You know, and representing where we're from, at least. I mean, I don't know. I've always thought like that since a younger age too. I've always been like, man, Florida's one of those spots, right? Like you got Florida, you got New York, you got Cali, maybe Texas, maybe. They're just too spread out. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too many places in Texas. It's too big, bro. Fuck that. But like when I think of Florida, I'm thinking Miami. I'm thinking about Dade, bro. I'm thinking about like all these big spots, man. And like coming out of that, you know, I mean, not even that, out of Homestead, you know, so further south, you know, and then they're trying to achieve these big stages and big names that you're wrestling against and guys that you're beating, you know, most relevant guys. And now you're making a run for the Olympics, bro. You know, I think of the only person I think of besides you is it Kendrick out of South Day?
Kendrick Sanders, yeah.
And Earl Hall back when
Mhm.
he was 18.
Yeah.
Still talk to Earl, bro. Shout out Earl Hall, bro. Fuck with you, bro. Big time.
I'm gonna see him tomorrow, actually.
Oh, are you really? Yeah, I was just texting. I was like, bro, you got to come and train, bro. Stop playing, dude. All right, that's it, bro. Don't fuck around with wrestling no more. Come here.
Yeah.
But how does it feel, man? I mean, you're talking about representing I mean, bro, it's Miami, bro. Homestead, you know, like it's you know where it is if you're from here, bro. You know, how does it feel going out there knowing that you were achieving?
I mean, yeah, I get what Jamie's trying to say. So like, there's not a lot of guys coming out of like the wrestling programs in South Florida that like even make it to the D1 level. So
Mind
like,
you, Iowa.
yeah. So for example, I personally have always followed Pat's wrestling career in college because he's one of those guys that like made it out of Dade and went D1 and like has had like a solid runs at nationals and stuff. So how does it feel to represent a wrestling community that doesn't get many of those guys?
I mean, it feels good. Like you guys said, it's hard to come out of here because you know you got to have that combination of, you know, some guys might not have grades, you know, some guys might not even be there in wrestling. So once you get the grades part and then you can compete, you know, then you get to go, you know, you get to go D1, you know, now you got to show up. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's good. I mean, I talk about it now, like it's hard to come out of it's like D1 school if you're from Florida for sure. There's a lot of distractions, man. Like what
Grades is like
Especially since you don't get a lot of kids that even start wrestling as young as
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah,
Most kids in Florida start wrestling when they hit high school or maybe,
sure,
maybe
yeah.
middle school.
I mean, yeah, you got football, basketball, baseball. Those are the number ones, the sports that Florida like kind of known for. You know, you don't hear anyone coming out of Florida for wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
We just
barely.
take pride in our guys because it's out of Dade, you know. So
For
like
sure,
you know
yeah.
somebody who knew somebody or you know somebody. It's tough. It's like it's dope. You know, we graduated same year as Pat. That's just cool. Ozzy, his brother, was nasty too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys. You know, your brother just told me about Isaiah. You know, shout out Isaiah, homie, just won Jugo Nationals. That's
For sure.
dope.
Crosby.
So like there is guys, man. But like what you said was a big deal, right? Like there's a lot of guys that could be studs in D1. That the grades and discipline part is the hardest part.
Absolutely, because it's not a lack of talent. You see a lot of talented kids in
Florida's
Florida,
got talent.
really
sure,
athletic,
sure.
talented kids, and maybe like everybody's in a different circumstance. So maybe it's not the talent that kept them from achieving like their goals and dreams. Maybe it's the grades.
Or it might be like you gotta, support your family. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So you got like a mom, may have a single parent type shit. So like,
Absolutely.
so it's tough. I mean, but I feel like that's another thing that motivates me. Like, I want to see like more kids do that. So like, and this is why I like came here to do this podcast too, to grow Florida. Whether it's
Absolutely.
jujitsu, boxing, with this grow Florida. This is my first podcast I've done, and I have other requests here and there. Oh, come to New Jersey, we do podcast, man.
I appreciate you coming by big
no
time.
problem,
man.
no problem,
That
for
means a
sure.
lot, dude.
That's one reason why I came out here for sure. Like, just to grow wrestling. I want to grow wrestling, grow, the fighting world in Florida for sure.
It was about
Combat
time
sports.
Florida gets a D1 school.
Yeah, man, I thought about that, man.
That'll play a
Like,
big factor as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have the talent, but they can't take a trip to
just-
Pennsylvania.
It's not that easy, though.
if it's not a
hard-
full ride.
It's
or
hard
they can't afford
logistically,
to
man.
even go.
No,
You
but
have
it's
to
not.
play-
It's not just that.
Yeah.
The program's got to pick it up too. Like Southeastern just opened up their first official collegiate program. I think 2 other schools followed
But
after.
universities down here, it's hard, man, logistically,
man.
because like you're in Ohio and you can get on a plane and be you can cover 75% of the country in 45 minutes. And when you're in Florida, it's gonna take you hours to get to like the
just
Midwest,
hours
the
out of
Pennsylvanias, the Ohio's, the Iowas. It's expensive to
Expensive,
keep.
hell
It's
yeah.
expensive to keep a D1 program in
For sure.
Florida.
and it's hard to like if you're a little kid, man, and I know I grew up like having this problem. Like, you had to travel to like find some good competition.
Yeah.
So like you said, like yeah, but like if you're in Pennsylvania, you go down the street, you got like 3 of the best guys in the country in your neighborhood. So like that's why it's so.
Or you
hard.
drive west 30 minutes and
And
you
your
got
neighbors.
a whole different state.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's why Pennsylvania is like the number 1 state for high school wrestling for sure.
And that's what you were saying earlier, though, right? Like there's so many people in one city. That's where all the distractions come from. Wrong people, good people, whatever it is. You know?
Drugs, all that shit.
Everything.
All that shit.
That's
Yeah.
all
And
on
I'm
the
sure in
table.
these other states from Pennsylvania, wrestling's a lot more popular when you look at from like middle schools and elementary.
And
as
they're
well.
loyal too. The fan
Yeah,
base.
like a lot early. Like here,
Oh, when you don't
there's,
have any,
there's barely any middle
but
schools that
there's
have
there's not
wrestling.
much to do. That's the problem. Is that you got those.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
man.
And the weather.
Hell yeah.
Weather, bro. It's
man.
cold out there.
Fuck yeah, you want to be
Stay
inside.
Wanna be
inside.
inside.
Get-
Any
get
inside
fit, bro.
sports.
Yeah.
Brother, but that's another thing, right? We were talking about the older crowd too in Carver, bro. You see people out there that are alumni, like older people, bro, all over that stadium. That's kind of crazy, dude.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
That's loyalty to the
Yeah,
match.
it's loyalty. I mean, those fans are crazy, man. Shout out to those Iowa fans, man. They're awesome. Like they praise you, man. Either if you win, you get your hand raised, they praise you like you're a god. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny to say that, but that's the truth. But like, if you go out to, you're like, you're the man. You're the man. Everyone in town knows who you are. You know what I mean? You walking down the street, hey man, what's up? That's Spencer Lee. You know what I mean? Like, go take a picture with him, and people see that, and it grows your brand. It grows who you are. So it's pretty cool. When I transferred, definitely one of the best decisions in my life.
I saw somebody from our class actually ask you to take a picture, right?
Was that? Oh yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
He said,
That's crazy. Somebody actually came and asked him for a picture, dude. I was like, what? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy to see, man. Another thing was, man, I gotta give credit where credit is due, man. Coach Vic, bro, out of South Dade, bro, and Coach Duck, obviously, and your brother's also a coach at South Dade. That's awesome, What's it like in there, man? Because again, I know for a fact we seen Gladiator, South Dade, like that practice is filled with athletes and studs, How much did that attribute to your growth in wrestling and I guess like the hunger to always be around those guys,
Yeah, I mean those Coach Duck and Coach B, that's what mainly everyone knows them in Florida as. They're like yin and yang. You know what I mean? They're different, but they mix good together. Coach Duck's more of a technical wrestler that would talk to you. Coach B would bring more of the tough guy out of you that needs to be, brought out. So they work good together. I mean, they've been working together for like over a decade, like 12, 13 years. I don't know how long, but they work good together. They've been my coaches since I was like a little like 5, 6 years old. But I didn't really start training with them. Training with Coach B. I grew up training with Coach Duck, but I didn't really start training with Coach B until I got to high school. Because he's more the high school South Dade coach. Coach Duck is more the Gladiator Wrestling club coach. So, but yeah, they work good, man. they definitely know how to like work with kids. You know, they definitely saved a lot of kids' lives too. If you like really want to dig deep into it, like it got a lot of kids out the streets. You know, and got a lot put kids on the right path. You know, now some of those kids that I grew up watching. You know, they could have easily gone through that. Drug route, stuff like that, bad route. But now some of those guys are cops. It's kind of funny, but it's the truth. So like,
Yeah,
You find a way, bro. That's what matters.
Yeah, sometimes
sure.
it's something as simple as that, as being introduced to a sport when you're at a certain age.
Getting disciplined,
Right there, that decision right there is the difference between ending up in jail or dead or.
Yeah, bro. Another person, shout out Olsen, bro. I'll make sure to tag you, bro. Like, he's another one that came out of a tough spot. And, I mean, dude, Olsen, I don't know if you know him. I mean, obviously, you know him, and obviously you know him. Bro, that's one of the hardest working dudes I've ever met, man. And the nicest dude
Olsen's a
ever,
good
bro.
dude.
He's the type of kid that's got a real similar mindset with Pat, bro. Like, they just want to worry about their shit, wrestling, and just getting better, They never sidetrack from nothing, And if you know Olsen, you know what I'm talking about. He's a real one for sure, bro.
For sure.
The sport of wrestling and combat sports in general are real good at like changing people like that because it humbles you, man. It humbles you and like it teaches you that like you might not be the baddest dude out there, and you need to work to get there. And it teaches you to overcome challenges, and it teaches you how to like get through days when you don't even feel like training, or like maybe you go into training, you're not having a great day, and you have to turn it up, and you have to turn it around, or you're gonna get your ass beat.
I feel like it gives you a different type of confidence, Like, you don't need to walk in the room and prove nothing at that point. You're like, bro, I already know what I can do, Like, you don't need to really show off for nobody when you're involved.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of funny, like, the way I think about, like, the Corona stuff, like, canceling, like, nationals. I feel like me being in Iowa, being around Terry and Tom, that, like, kind of, like, prepared me for that moment, even without me thinking about it. Because, like, they would talk to us in practice. Like, we would have a hard-ass practice. And they would say, man, if you can get through this, you can get through life. You know what I mean? Whatever it's a family member passing away or, whatever, your girlfriend broke up with you, whatever it is, man, your grades are bad. You get through this shit, you can get through life. So, like, when that Corona stuff came around, cancer stuff, I hit, you know what I mean? I felt it for sure. But, like, I got out of it quick. I was down for a little bit, and I got out. You know what I mean?
I think everybody was a little down on that Corona because I felt the same way.
We drank our lives away, bro.
Yeah, I was. There was a good like 4
I mean, we
or
haven't
5
stopped.
weeks. Nah, yeah, but
Yeah,
there was a
keep
good
going.
like 4 or 5 weeks where I just like gave up on life,
Yeah, 2 weeks, 3
I
weeks.
feel like this shit, everything was
And-
standing still. for
and
a
then I
little bit.
bounced back, and then now I'm like, dude, if I can't, I'm so glad I didn't stay back in that fucking hole that I was in, like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
So let's get a quick recap in then of some of the things real quick. So, future wrestling, keep it going with wrestling as much as we can. We're aiming for the Olympics. So y'all guys already know, man. Look out for Pat. That man's trying to take over, bro. Trying to make sure he represents for the U.S. Possibility of MMA, bro. Listen, I recommend you watch some ADCC matches, bro. I think you'll
What was
have
that?
some
Say it again.
ADCC. I'll text you these later.
Some no-gi grappling, man. I think.
Yeah,
No-gi
bro.
grappling.
I think you
have
should
fun.
watch that
Yeah.
shit, bro. I mean, it's a good
That'd be cool.
alternative for things to like see after wrestling one day. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I know the mindset is focused on wrestling until that's
Well, I
done.
mean,
but-
we have the
They do it by
the
kilos
match.
too, by the
We
way.
have a match coming up. Gary
Fuck the
Tonin.
metric system.
we're on the pounds, cuz.
Yeah, but that's
Play with
not
pounds on this
ADCC. That
shit.
Gary Tonin is that the
Number one.
yeah, who's number one or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but I mean,
upper
it's a good
wrestling
match
also.
to watch.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's coming up versus Dante.
But
I think ADCC is a good
yeah,
transfer from
specifically
wrestling
ADCC because of the rule set.
into wrestling into like no-gi grappling.
Yeah, so like I really think it's cool because it gives you 5 minutes of submissions only, and then the other 5 minutes is points. So like I think it's something you should watch too because I've noticed that a lot of wrestlers. I think what school did AJ Agazon represent?
AJ wrestled for Ohio, but
Ohio, right?
Florida boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Florida
You
boy.
already know who it is, bro. That's what I mean.
I think he wrestled for Palm Harbor in high
I
school.
wrestled his little brother, yeah.
Yeah, I remember his brother in
So
in
that's a
high
good example, man. I mean, homeboy, like at ADCC, I think he plays third one year. You know what I'm saying? That's
school.
one.
I think he took second.
Or
He
second.
lost to
And he
Cobrinha.
sucks.
At jiu-jitsu.
Agazarm sucks at
He
jiu-jitsu.
sucks.
Yeah, at jiu-jitsu.
But he still made it at the highest
But he's
He
level.
has
good
a
wrestler,
shitty. He has a
he's got-
shitty single leg. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Yo, call him out, dog.
And he can't finish
Call him out.
it. He can't finish
Tell him to
it.
put the
At
gi
least
on,
if you
bro.
finish the damn single.
Call him out. Look at the camera and
Fuck
call
you,
him out.
AJ, with that fucking hair.
Pretty boy.
Put the gi on.
Fucking hair.
He rolls with
Fuck
the gi.
you.
though.
It's different than from Dave, huh?
We've had Kevin. Kevin has gone against him. I mean, he just plays a weird game, man.
He's a wrestler, bro, and he plays his game. You know,
He
what
plays
I'm
like an
saying?
anti-jiu-jitsu game.
Yeah, basically
sometimes.
try to just take him down and get him up. But at the end of the day, bro, like at the higher
It is
levels,
what it is.
it is what it is. That's how it is. So you got to either adjust to that or figure out the next step for the sport. But I definitely, I'm gonna text you later and I'm gonna send you some of that so you can see that.
Yeah.
All right, man. So again, you want to shout out some South Day, whoever you want to talk about, man. Give you a plug real quick. Talk some shit.
I mean, just shout out South Day, shout out Gladiator Wrestling, and shout out Dade County, man. That's pretty much it. And Iowa City too, man. That's pretty much what it is. Pretty much the people who grew me to like what I am today. You know, I'm gonna keep going.
All right, man. Well, you already know, bro, that when it comes to South Florida, bro, you've had all the support. You're gonna keep having the support, man, and everybody's excited to see the future for you, bro. So, hey, man, we brought you Pat Lugo today. You know, we're gonna read some clips and talk some shit. And you know, we appreciate your input on mindset, competition. You know, thanks for letting us know what you plan on doing, man. Means a lot, bro. Ren, you gotta talk to him, bro.
Pat,
And
yeah,
his
actually,
brother, so
I want to say, hey man, we should do a little wrestling clinic here. You know, you can show us some takedowns, show us some work, so we can implement it into our jiu-jitsu, no gi.
that shit ain't free though, bro. So
No, hey man, I've seen people do seminars, so
course,
a
man.
wrestling
Yeah, yeah.
clinic.
No, they do wrestling clinics all the time, bro. Jordan Oliver just did a pretty cool one with Carlos Diaz, so that was pretty cool to see too. But yeah, man, we're definitely gonna, you know,
Jordan Oliver.
yeah, he did a wrestling clinic not that long ago. I think your brother was saying that Carlos does his clips, so he did something for him too. So that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna wrestle him soon somewhere down here, West Palm. Maybe.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
And like just a regular match that
I
just.
have like a card, it's like 5, 6, 7 matches.
What event is this?
It's not like official yet, but like they're working on the details right now. So, but I'm gonna wrestle him if it goes down. Most likely it is.
Yeah, that's badass, bro.
that's
Jordan
a-
Oliver's
that's
a
a
great
badass
fucking
match.
match.
But,
We brought you Pat, like I said, man. Really appreciate it, homie. For real, G shit. That was
no
good.
problem,
Fuck.
man. Thanks for having me.
You know, whenever you're back, bro, you're more than welcome to come train with us, come talk shit with us, whatever you want to do, bro. We'll stay in touch, though.
Appreciate it.
Our homies.
Oh,
Alright, guys.
thumbnail.